name is Terry Vickery, and I'm a member of the nominating committee here at Lake of the Woods. And today I am with Kathleen Foley, who is a candidate for our board of directors. And I'm going to ask her some questions. So I look forward to this conversation, Kathleen.
Me too.
First question, what motivated you to run for the board of directors?
Well, that's a good question. So my first thing is that after living here for a couple of years, seeing some of the stuff that's been going on, I know I can't complain until I try and step up and do something. And after watching a lot of and attending a lot of the board meetings and that kind of stuff and some committee meetings, I'm not real good with people saying, we always do it this way. So I'd like to see some changes, and that's why I've decided to run.
So Kathleen, tell me, what work have you done or are you going to do to prepare for this role?
Well, I initially started going over all the documents that are online and reading them and looking at the different changes that have been made over the course of the last couple of years since the inception, and trying to get familiar with the bylaws, the regulations, the articles of incorporation, that kind of stuff. I've attended a couple of committee meetings, a couple of ECC meetings, and tried to get into some of the other ones. I'm interested really in the lakes and the quality of the lakes, so I guess that's where I started there. And I understand there's a lakes committee, but I haven't found where they are yet, so I need to do a little bit more research on that.
So Kathleen, tell me, what is your understanding of the board's role in governance and how it relates to and interacts with the general manager?
From what I've read and what I've heard in different meetings, we employ the general manager. We make recommendations to the general manager and make sure that she follows through on the roles and responsibilities that she has for all the administrative positions and that kind of stuff. And then the different committees and bring proposals or recommendations to the board, and then the board decides whether there's money to do it or not money to do it, or where it can go, and then if a study needs to happen or any of that kind of stuff. So pretty limited, but from what I've read, that's the way I think it works.
Great. I think we can all agree that social media has become a powerful influence on our society. What is your perspective on these platforms and how we can best leverage the opportunities that they represent?
Social media, well, that's a catch-22. It's good and it's bad. But I think because so many people depend on it, everybody is always got their phone in their hand or pretty close to them. We need to do a better job of engaging the community, because I think most of them are really good at that. I also know that anyone that's older, my age or whatever, I'm always going to somebody younger if I need help with that kind of thing. But also through my Girl Scout experience, we've offered classes for older people on how to use their phones or any of the technologies, how to use your laptop or your iPad or whatever. So there's opportunity there, I think, for people to become more engaged. So you don't want it to become too contentious and just have everybody complaining.
So Kathleen, tell me, what are your ideas to increase voter participation in referendums?
Voter participation in referendums. I guess the main thing would be let's use social media more. There's also a lot of other software, like you could do SurveyMonkeys, you could do, you know, if you need somebody to sign up to do something, there's Sign Up Genius. And a lot of, well, we get emails and stuff is posted on the website and stuff is posted on the big boards around the buildings and stuff like that. But I think probably social media, if you use it right, it's very, very effective.
So Kathleen, tell me, what do you consider to be the most important current issues facing Lake of the Woods, and how best do you think we should address them?
Well, I think the number one thing going around is finance. So we need to really kind of get a grip on some of that. I was kind of surprised when I was reading some of the original documentation that we're supposed to have somebody as an assistant treasurer who looks at risk, and I'm not sure whether that person's ever been assigned, and if they have, they've done a piss poor job in the past. So that's number one. Lakes, I think, would be number two. I feel bad for the people at Keaton's Lake. That's not acceptable to have that where it's closed all the time and that kind of stuff. And let's see, what else? We need to get more membership participation, but I think we can do that. That's an easy thing to solve.
So Kathleen, as we finish this interview, let me ask you to give me your 30-second elevator speech as to why you should be elected.
Why should you vote for me? I'm new to the area. I don't come with any preconceived concepts or ideas. I'm all about change or process improvements. Everything can be looked at and determined what works, what doesn't work. And we need to definitely get away from the mindset of we've always done it that way. There's just too many technologies out there now that we need to take into consideration, and to increase, it would increase participation as well too. So that's why you should vote for me.